Ready? I'm going to sum up white man culture. White man goes to church. White man finds Jesus. White man goes to the mental institution. White man out there talking about, oh, we're a Socrates group. We have legitimate goals. Other guy comes up like, hi, I'm Socrates. They're like, ooh, fuck you. You suck. Get away. That's exactly what they do. Because they don't take care of jealousy, envy, or any of that. Ben Shapiro, special little possessive Jew lord that doesn't have white privilege, that thinks he's closer to Jesus than I am, all because I'm not even religious. That's another one. Another biased person. Can't figure out their own bias, can't even admit to it. Can't admit to it, can't take care of the problem. Step one, admitting it is the first problem. Okay? Now, maybe they've never been to NA meeting, alcoholics, whatever meeting, but as a drug addict, I've had that privilege in my days and times, plenty of days and times, okay? And some battles you never win. So it's like drugs, you just gotta know when to quit. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna exhaust all that. You're not gonna get everyone in the world to recognize you as Ben Shapiro, the super special little chosen Jew lord that doesn't have white privilege. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, anyone that was walking around for centuries thinking that they're the chosen people of God, God doesn't do that, by the way, because that makes unholiness right off the bat. Okay? So, maybe that's your fucking demiurge or your Satan god that you worship. But, okay, so they don't take a look at the bias. They don't take a look at the problem. Your DNA travels up through memories. You're walking around singing all that chosen people shit. You've been believing that for generations. You want to come here and tell me you don't have white privilege? You can get the fuck out of my face with that. And when I say you can get the fuck out of my face with that, I'm baiting you with rhetoric. I want to see how people respond, and then how they would respond would tell me so much about them. Whether they have mercy, whether they have forgiving, whether they have acceptance. Right now in this culture, if I tell people like, oh yeah, my son was killed, but I forgive the killer, or I was raped as a child many times, and I forgive my rapist. Or, somebody killed my dog in a drunk driving accident, flying down my street, and they'd been doing that for weeks, or whatever. Name the craziest scenario. One of them is true for me. One of the first out of the two was true for me. So I forgive that. When I tell people I forgive that, they look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm bad. So you can tell that they associate forgiving and acceptance with bad. Okay, they're toxic, poison people. I don't care how empathetic they try to play in all the other times to act and play it off, because it's all these motherfuckers do. I don't care about that. It's all just rhetoric to me. So I look for actions. Actions speak louder than words. Doesn't seem like anyone in academia even realizes that anymore. The basics, that actions speak louder than words, and they just do all this mouth shit. And I have so much science and replication on them, like I said. Once I show them the science, only a science denier out of their right mind would validate or vouch or want to get involved with academia or these people and their fucking sickness and their sick method of doing shit. Okay? Which involves psychology. And we're going to get rid of psychology because that's terrible poison that allows me to frame people up with whiteness. Like I said, whiteness is real and is not real. It's a relativism thing. I think I explained that before. Somebody throws a rock, it hits you in the head, that's relative subjective. I can always forgive it and move on. Yeah, it's hard to do, but you have to do that, or else you're going to live in the old style of consciousness, which is dead. That's pretty much a dead world that died. All that relativism, that died. That's a level of consciousness. And a lot of people are stuck in that other world, they don't want to do what it takes to transition and get over to the future. you know, which is basically a whole bunch of different ideas that I'm not going to let academia steal from people. You know, there's not going to be any of this fucking academic thievery and rape culture shit. I'm really just tired of that. And if there's going to be, you can all fuck off and go to hell. You kill yourselves in a fucking war. We'll help you do that, because that's what we do. And we don't all live down here on Earth. So that's what we do. If we don't like you, we get you to kill yourselves. Because we send you all the thoughts for your fucking movies. Okay? All your music. I know who wrote all your music. Alright? And yeah, I look like you. I bleed like you. I fit right in like you. But how do you know what I am? How do you don't? And looking out across the way, I don't know if the guy down the street is a fucking alien or what. I really don't. And people can hide all sorts of stuff very well. In fact, like, too good. Really, just like fucking perfectly. You would never even know it if it was fucking sitting in front of your face 100 million times a day. Coffee. Delicious. That's why I really like coffee. If I got my coffee, I'm set. If I got my simple basics, I'm set. You know, I set my simplicity, the root chakras, like simplicities. You know, when it rains, I'm not mad that it rains, or, ooh, I feel grateful I have a house, a home, a roof over my head. It's awesome. It's excellent. And that's kind of how I gear myself within to live. I don't really go out into the streets hollering and raising my voice in the streets. That's not what I'm into.